Hello, Atma here. I've got the real shit for you today. There was a quest, and the quest said, win 2 games while spending only 1 color of mana. So, I was like, I'll try and do that quest. But I thought, I wonder if this game is smart enough to know that colorless mana isn't a colored mana. Turns out that it is. So I made this deck, Mono Black Eldrazi. It's not really an Eldrazi deck, but it has 3 different Eldrazi in it, just for power level reasons. So the whole thing with this, gotta have Copter, gotta have it. Whole thing with this is that it's just creatures and kill spells. It's just cornerstone of Magic, basically. The thing about this is it's somewhat aggressive. It's a mid-range deck, but it is somewhat aggressive, so you can, I mean, with these things, but you can kind of get off to a pretty decent start. You can contend with early drops. Particularly the lifelink guy is nice because the decks that are faster than us hate lifelink and hate death touch. The other half of it is good against control because if they kill this, you get value off of it. If they kill this, you get value off of it. If they kill this, you can get it back. And if they kill this, you can get it back. So you can kind of get a lot of value off your low drops. Similarly, if you play against some planeswalkers and board wipes, Thought-Knot Seer and Reality Smasher do a really good job of taking those things out of their hand or just trampling over and killing their planeswalker that they thought they were going to get. Of course, Gideon's still a problem because you can only trample 3 onto Gideon, so he gets to stick around. But against the targeted removal type decks, 2 for 1, it's pretty nice. It's also got Planeswalker Suite. Liliana, I actually -2 quite a bit, even though this doesn't have any Delirium, but just to get guys back. But similarly, like, I can very easily play a kill spell on turn 1 and turn 2 and then still have removal for after I play Liliana, so you can kind of ult this sometimes. Ob Nixilis is it's a kill spell. I put this in there just because I thought I needed a big flying finisher, and there's like an artifact or 2 in here. And Distended Mindbender is just a really, really good card. I like playing it in general to beat control decks because it's just a clean 3 for 1 many times. The mono base is actually a little weird. I actually think maybe I need less colorless lands, but Aether Hubs, I don't need any energy, but it's a colorless land that can make black sometimes. This is actually just a way to put 2 things on the battlefield for Westvale Abbey, or to give me 2 haste flying threats against a board wipe or something. And Westvale Abbey is similar. It's just these effects are just trying to be durable against control, and they're colorless lands, so it's almost free. I put 23 lands in with Evolving Wilds, which is really low, but since we only have like basically 1 color and we only really need 1 of any of these other things, it's actually fairly safe, even with Herald of Anguish, to have this few lands with 4 Evolving Wilds. And I've ran the 4 Evolving Wilds to play a little better with Fatal Push, because I don't really have any like sacrifice effects or anything. So this is the deck. I made it to fulfill the that daily requirement for single color deck, and it turns out that I won like I think 8 out of 9 games. So here's a video about how this deck accidentally worked. This is definitely a mid-range deck, but it is fast enough to contend with aggro. And the kill spells surprisingly don't hold it back that much against control, so I don't know why this works. It doesn't really seem like it would work against so many things, but it does. And we'll just see how it goes. This is kind of a crappy hand, but I'm going to keep it. It's just a little slow. And there's certain things I like for Herald of Anguish, and I don't have them. Weapon Enthusiast. One thing that I wish that I did was I wish that I put Distended Mindbender in my Steam Showdown Jund Constrictor list. We had to put those lists together pretty quickly, so I didn't really have time to think about it, play with it a little bit more, but I think that Distended Mindbender would have been pretty valuable against some of the things that are in the Steam Showdown. It's very bad that that thing was killed by Fatal Push of all things, because now we just have the slowest hand imaginable. If we're against control, we're going to get our things counterspelled. Okay, well at least we get to kill that without getting counterspelled. That's nice. I do think that our deck is great against control, but we don't have a lot of the anti-control stuff right now. Although Filigree Familiar is an okay start. But if he was to play like a Liliana on turn 3, we assuredly lose this game. Looks like it's going to be a counterspell, folks. We'll let him have it. What you got? I feel like he's got to have some Planeswalker. Maybe he just has his own Ob Nixilis, or maybe Tezzeret. I certainly think he has a counterspell and he's just waiting to get something worthwhile. That's worthwhile for him for sure. It's worthwhile enough to the point that I'm not even going to just throw it out there against him. Or will I? Nope. Alright. Copter is pretty important for dealing with control. It makes them play at instant speed, which means that they're not just tapping out to board wipe you and playing Planeswalkers without impunity. They gotta wait longer to get their Planeswalker protection up and stuff like that. I kind of wish I had 5 mana so I could do one thing after the other. Maybe I just crack it out there. If he wants to counterspell it, I guess that's okay. I think he's going to go for the Yahenni's expertise. The fact that he didn't counterspell that just screams Yahenni's expertise more than anything ever. Which I can't really protect this from. But if he does that, there's a good chance we'll resolve the Smuggler's Copter, so that's fine, I guess. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that wasn't really a game, for whatever reason. But we'll try another one here. I guess this is fine. We got a curve. Obviously that's not excellent right now, since we're going to use the Aether Hub mana for Liliana at this point. I would actually like to draw a second land, because I'd rather play Gifted Aetherborn than Scrapheap Scrounger at this point. Yeah. Let's do that. So hopefully he doesn't play Thought-Knot Seer right this second, because that would be pretty unfortunate. Looks like we're going against just a straight up ramp deck. That being the case, we're just going to lose to Ulamog as usual. You know how that goes. Unless he has Ulamog in his hand and we can Thought-Knot Seer it, which would be amazing. One funny thing about this deck is that since it has some 2-drops, it has some play before Liliana comes out, and because it has a 1-drop and a 2-drop and a 3-drop removal spell, it's very easy to protect Liliana once she resolves against any amount of attacking creatures. Usually the problem is Anguished Unmaking or something. Although it's funny because it's not exactly the case against this, since we don't have the oh wow, yeah. So he actually gets to kill it unless we actually draw one of those removals. We did not. So I think we just try and get value off of her. Let's see if we can get a creature out of it. We did. There's our murder that we needed. Let's see if he has Ulamog already. That was pretty absurd, though. What was that? Turn 4 Ulvenwald Hydra. Okay, so all of these things are hugely problematic. Obviously, Walking Ballista is just the most annoying. We'll make him Rogue's Passage to kill this Liliana. All right. Straw was pretty good. Ramped right into the stuff. Do I go for additional value? I think I do. Nah. We'll make him do the thing still. This Ulvenwald Hydra is just beyond irritating. I just can't even believe how annoying it is right now. Once this tireless tracker is a 5-something, we're just never going to be able to get in. Yep, that's pretty good. The fact that he got Ulvenwald Hydra into Rogue's Passage is funny because I think that's really the only way he could have dealt with us effectively. Like, this Liliana was going to ult. She would be at 6 right now. And we'd have a Death Touch guy and a 4/4 and a 3/2 that can block. But he had the exact mythic. The exact 6-drop mythic he needed to win. There he goes. And she's dead. I'll be happy to swing all out at something here. Let's see. Guess we'll get this Planeswalker. He already got 3 clues off this stupid tracker, which is obnoxious. I think we could win the game if we drew one of our Westvale Abbeys at this point. It will make me block with this Matter Reshaper just to find it. Because then he would need Ulamog to exile it, which would be pretty fortunate for us. Okay. Okay, so that's game over. This guy's draw was actually just literally the best ever. Alright, here's hoping we just top deck it. Nope. Can't believe he hit both Reality Shape or Matter Reshapers. That's just unfair. We could still win. It's just even less likely than ever now. Why not? Take my Scrounger. Can't get that back. I think that this guy was just... okay. He was just actually the luckiest person ever to find everything that he found immediately. Like, if he didn't play this on turn 4, he was going to lose to the Liliana emblem, probably. If he didn't... I don't even want to get into it because of how lucky he was. This is just actually the luckiest person ever. Alright, so let's look at how many Westvale Abbeys he got. 1. He only got 1, so we have 1 chance. Even then, how much of a chance is it really now that he has 30 power to swing with? Okay. Alright, so that last deck was an actual anomaly. I know that I always say that people are lucky when they win, but he did play a mythic on turn 4, a 6-drop mythic that he had to have, and then he played 2 Eldrazi mythics, like, practically in the same turn. It was just, I don't even know what to say to that shit. I know his deck's built to do that, but it also has to draw the shit still. It's not like he has 4 Ulamogs. It's just very lucky. Speaking of nut draws, this is one. I guess the only thing better would have been Smuggler's Copter there. Yeah. Alright. Probably gonna have to kill something here. Let's go with this 3-2. Don't play Copter. Okay. God. That is brute-ski. Let's hit a creature. Hopefully a 3-2 lifelink Death Touch. That was good. Now we can play Filigree Familiar and Grasp of Darkness. So he exiles one of these forever, so that's good. Oh wait, he doesn't. He plays that bullshit. Don't mind if I do. Don't play a... Oh wait, he can just get this back. Okay, alright. Alright, 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 alright. That's a good draw. So now he's gonna get back a Scrounger. Oh, he can't. He can't. Okay. That being the case, I think what I want to do is just play one of these. I don't know if I want to make a 2-3 here. I almost always make the servos. I think I'll just do it again. So he's left. So we don't really get any interesting games when we win, because people just don't stick around. Alright, I'll finish it off against the computer so you guys get to see this thing do stuff. So now we're just stacking them. And we're a Westvale Abbey away from really putting the screws to them. Yup. Dirtman Dipper. Still kill it. Computer has nothing again? That's nothing. Stuck on black. I guess that's why the guy left. It's because he couldn't get back these Scroungers after he wasted his energy trying to cast the Bloodhall Priest. No black. No Che. Alright, we'll be back for another one. See if we can win super easily or lose to the nut draw. The thing about that Eldrazi game was that didn't feel real, did it? Like, it was absurd. It was absurd. That felt like standard. Magic Duels just doesn't do that very often. Usually it's the nut aggro draws. Let's see. Well, this is awkward for sure. Because this Herald of Anguish just does not have the fuel. It's possible that it's not correct to have this thing in there, but it's only a 1 of, and it's very strong, so I just like it. And you can't make me dislike it. So you don't see this guy very often. Letting them scry too much is problematic, but there's my fuel. I mean, this isn't an improvised deck, so it's not like this guy gets to just come out on turn 4 or 5 all the time. So it's not that big of a deal, but I certainly would be happy to trade this 3-1 for this 1-3. Okay, how about... I'm definitely going to kill this thing up here, for sure. Yep. I accept that. This puts us off Herald of Anguish a little bit, but I'd rather just have him tap out for stuff. This looks like it's going to be either a Spell Shrivel or a Bounding Crassus. I'm going to cast this anyway. Okay. That's pretty weird. What rank is this stupid guy? I guess I'll just take this tiger and let him draw a card. Well, I don't know. I have a kill spell for the tiger, so that's okay. If he doesn't draw a land, he can't cast it anyway. Aether Theorist. I don't think this guy's energy deck is very good, but he is ranked 39, so maybe he's just testing out a deck. I've actually got a couple energy decks I was going to talk about, and then I was going to do it in this video actually, but I opted to do this instead because it's a little less involved than the energy discussion. He didn't want a Primal Bellow, my guy? Okay. Could have got him. I mean, he would have thought that he could have got him. He could not have got him. Because I don't want to cast this murder no matter what, I'm just going to cast Herald of Anguish this turn and not attack. Am I able to play that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't. I assume he'll get rid of this. Well, he'll probably leave now that he's paused. Oh, never mind. I think he'll get rid of the Primal Bellow and keep the creature. And he left. Well, you guys got to see some games. Most of them were wins. That's all you can really ask for. This deck didn't seem very real, but the red deck that got stuck on black didn't seem very... This wasn't a good demonstration because he was stuck on black with his vampire deck. So I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Just living my life here. But I hope you enjoyed the deck. It's quite good. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just good. It's good. Sometimes I don't have double black when I want it, which is weird. I feel like I don't have the right math or something for this mana, but outside of that, if you want to tweak the mana or something, I mean, this thing is real for sure. I guess I had the kill there with the murder, but I was just babbling. Let's see what he drew just for fun. Yep, and there it is. Basically mono black. It's really two colors though. It's a two-color deck. Black and colorless. Till next time. Next video will probably be Steam Showdown Round 3 against Nighthawk 233 out of jolly old London. Till next time.